Alright, so another big trade has happened. I didn't get to this sooner because my computer was kind of held up yesterday throughout the full day of lots of trades. But I'm back here to finally talk about a bunch of the trades. So, first of all, big trade Isak Paredes going over to the Chicago Cubs. Okay, so there were in the morning before this happened, the Cubs and the Dodgers, not the Cubs, the Yankees and the Dodgers were apparently in a bidding war for Isak Paredes, and neither of them ended up getting him. He goes over to Chicago for Christopher Morel, a third baseman, solid little player, and two pitchers. One's a prospect, one's a major leaguer. Ty Johnson and Hunter. Let me think. What's his name? Hunter Bigge, I think. Yeah. So they go over. Bigge has had a cup of coffee in the major leagues. He's barely played at all, but so far so good. And Morel, he's had his time in the majors. It's been better, but this year it's kind of struggled. But not bad. So let's take a look at his Savant page. And as you can see, fantastic hitter. I mean, not bad at all. 89 percentile batting run value. Not a great base runner, not a great fielder. XwOBA is not good. Batting average is not good. Expected slug, not good. Average exit velocity, not good. Barrel, not good. Hard hit, not good. Bat speed, not good. Decent enough sweet spot. Squared up, decent enough. Chase, decent enough. But he rarely whiffs, rarely strikes out, walks a ton. Range is above average. Arm isn't good, isn't fast. But if you look at his stats, they are not bad at all. 245 average, 357 on bases, excellent. 435 slug, 792 OPS. He also has 89 hits. He's scored 41 times. I can't. Alright, so after looking at his stats, looking at his percentiles, you can see he's overperformed a little bit, but he's still a fantastic player. I think this is kind of a weird move for the Cubs because Isak Paredes has never hit a home run to right field. In his 4 years, 1,574 plate appearances, he has never hit a home run to the opposite field. Every single home run has been a pole home run. He pulls about everything. You can see looking at his spray chart that almost all of his home runs are in the left field line corner, which is kind of strange for the Cubs. The reason it's strange is because the Cubs have the, I believe, deepest down the line foul pole in the entire league. Which, I get it. They need offense. They're struggling. If I was the Cubs, I would have sold. They said they weren't selling. They said they weren't buying, which means they're going to be right in the middle. We're in an age where you don't really rebuild that much. But they still went out and got a player that really doesn't fit their stadium. I mean, I don't really get it. This is what it would be like if the Yankees went out and got somebody that only hits it to the left center gap. I don't get it. It doesn't fit Isak Paredes doesn't fit the stadium. He's a good player, but whatever. Taking a look at what the Rays got back for Isak Paredes, they got Christopher Morel, who this season, you look at the stats, 199 average, 302 on base, 373 slugging with only a 675 OPS. Not what you'd want. 18 home runs, 72 hits. If you look at his stats in past years, though, it's phenomenal. 821 OPS, that's what you love to see. 508 slugging. On base, never really been that good for him. 313, and with only a 247 average. But 26 home runs. That's good power. He's young, 25 years old. He has 4 more years of arbitration. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Isak Paredes has ARB through 2027. Back to Morel, if you look at his StatCast, 20th percentile in batting run value, 43 percentile base running, He's one of the worst fielders you can get. Expected WOBA is good. Expected batting average is not good, but it's still like way better than what he's at right now. Expected slug is good. So he's been getting unlucky a lot this year. Average exit velocity is solid. Barrel's good. Hard hit percentage is good. Doesn't get the sweet spot a lot. Bat speed is some of the best in the league. Doesn't really square up the ball. He doesn't really chase all too much. Whiffs too much. Strikes out too much. Walks a decent amount, which is surprising with only a 302 on base. But that is actually would be a lot better if his average was up by like 40, 50 points, which it is up here. If his average was 242, his on base would probably be around close to 350, which that would be huge for him. His range is awful. His arm is immaculate. And he's just the league average running wise. He isn't really a pull hitter or anything. As you can see, he does pull a decent amount, but he also goes to the opposite field. Nothing like really, really opposite field, but he'll go to like right center. He'll go dead center. He'll splash some singles the other way. If you look at last year's, it's a whole lot better. As you can see, a lot of this way, but he'll get some there. And if you look, the main difference between this year and last year, I can't even tell. He was a lot better base runner, of course. I'm trying to see. Bat speed has really improved this year. But bat speed didn't exist last year. Never mind. I don't know. Wrong button. A lot of this is just decreased. You know, it's whatever. He's a decent player. I like the return for the most part. And then you look at what else they got. Hunter Bigge, who he looks decent. 1.5 whip, but he's only ever pitched 4 games, 3 1/3 innings. Right-handed, I believe, reliever. 12th round, 372nd pick overall. A couple of years ago. Yeah, I mean, cool enough. And then they got prospect Ty Johnson, who just looks decent. I don't know much about him. He was 2023 draft, 15th round. He's pitched well enough this year. It's a solid return for the Rays. I mean, Morel, I feel like that's the type of player Tampa would go get. I mean, Morel, I feel like he's going to be great in Tampa. I don't know how good Paredes is going to be in Chicago. If he can get the vibes back there and they can come back, that'd be huge for them. But I'm not sure. I think the Rays won this trade. If I'd have to say the Rays. Honestly, for Paredes, I feel like if they tried to milk something out of the Yankees, since they're interdivision, they could have got something since the Yankees are desperate for a third/first baseman. Or they could have done the Dodgers. The Dodgers give up tons of stuff. But I'd say for the Rays, this is like an... I'd have to give it an A. Because I feel like Morel, with how the Rays do business, I feel like they're going to get exactly what they got out of Paredes with Morel. Plus, they got a reliever that they're the Rays. They're going to make amazing. And then a prospect that's also a pitcher. So they're going to make him amazing. I'd have to say that the Rays get an A on this trade, maybe even an A+. They killed it. I don't get it, though. The Cubs, I mean, I don't even know what to say for the Cubs. I'd say this is like a C-, maybe D+ trade. He's a good addition, but he doesn't fit the build for your stadium. I mean, they missed on this. They missed. You can disagree with me all you want. That's what this whole baseball stuff is for. You gotta agree with people and you gotta disagree with people. I'd like to know your guys' opinions. I think the Rays stole this trade, won it by a lot. I think the Cubs missed. That's not too much on them, but still. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. More videos will be coming up very soon because there's a lot of trades to talk about. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.